Well, my band's name is DREAMWAKE. We got an album coming out this year. My boys Bobby, Kevin, and Andrew, great dudes. Happy to be working with them. Yeah, and that's about it.
All right, everyone. How are we doing today? So we're here with Dave Pazik. He's a singer-songwriter currently working on an album titled DREAMWAKE. He's coming out of Connecticut. How you doing, Dave?
Doing pretty good. How are you doing?
Nice, man. I'm doing pretty good, too. It's great to be able to speak with you today.
Awesome. Thank you for having me on.
Hey, thanks for being on, man.
Of course.
So DREAMWAKE. Let's talk about DREAMWAKE, man. That's a good name. How we get to that name?
Yeah. We actually all, our band decided. It was like a unanimous decision. Once we heard that name, we were all kind of just like, that's the one. We were sort of just playing around with words. We wanted something really, kind of pretty and something that, I don't know how to describe it, but something that meant something to us. It's sort of, our music is sort of like an escape or like a temporary high or something like that. So that's kind of what we attributed that name to, like wake up your dreams, I suppose, make what you want a reality along that type of vein too. So that's sort of what we went for. And we just kind of wanted something that just flowed, right off the tongue.
Nice. Do we want to shout out the group?
Yeah. So my singer's name is Bobby Neighbors. We got Kevin Jakes on bass, and then we have Andrew Papalizio on drums. All very beautiful men. I love them. We work extremely hard together. And we've been working on our new album for the past probably year, maybe a little more than. We've been through hell and back to get it done, but
is this the big release? This is the one? This is it?
Yeah, this is going to be like our debut album. I can't say the name of the album yet, but just because we're still getting some logistics figured out. But yeah,
we'll save that for the part two.
Yes, but that is, this is something we've put our hearts into for a long time. So we're very excited to, to get to show it pretty soon.
Nice, man. Walk me through the process of creating the album. What's that been like, making an album with your team and just assembling that whole thing? Walk me through how that's been, any obstacles. What's that been like?
It's definitely a lot of obstacles. It's been a learning process for sure. Because I've been in other bands, of course, throughout my time as a musician, but, these guys, this group of people I've been working with for the past like 2-3 years now. And, we've been learning how each other works and, working around each other and conveying our ideas to each other. And, there's obviously roadblocks and stuff like that, but overall it's been a really like fun and, a really fun process, really cool to see everything come to light just because, DREAMWAKE was kind of a concept in itself that Bobby and I had put together originally. It was just an idea really based off of, rebranding our old band. Now to see it actually, come to fruition is very awesome. As far as the process goes, I guess as far as the process goes, we recorded the album over the summer. Shout out to Steve Perino, our engineer. He's an amazing person. He helps us see out every vision that we possibly have, which that was kind of a freak thing that we started working with him too. But a lot of things have just kind of fallen into place, and it's pretty cool to have happen. So
falling into place, right? That's crazy how things just kind of fall into place by random luck sometimes.
Yeah, and I mean it's like by falling into place, I just mean the process actually going either the way we envisioned it or better than, you know what I mean?
That's a great turnout.
We've had worse luck in the past, and it's just pretty cool to see things actually coming together in a way that we never had before.
Now, is it the same original group as before, or has members joined and come and gone?
Both. So, Bobby, Kevin, and I have all been in bands together for years. Kevin and I, actually, the bassist, being the longest. I recruited him to my old band in like 2012, end of 2012, 2013. And then we kind of had a falling out, and then we kind of rejoined. That was part of our idea of DREAMWAKE was, rejoining with Kevin. And it's, that's definitely been been something that was really cool. Getting to play with him again, and we sort of rekindled everything. And so yeah, Bob, Kevin, and I have been doing it forever. And Andrew was somebody that Kevin had actually known, to play drums, and he ended up working out, and he's been a great addition to the team too. So pretty cool how things have worked out. That's another part of the whole falling into place thing. It was weird how Kevin wasn't even in the band with me for a while, and it sort of just happened where we were like, you know what, we should just do it again, and it's worked out for the better for sure.
Nice, man. Nice. And so how has it been for you as a musician, keeping your craft going? What are you doing on a daily basis to just keep going with your craft and practice? You going on a daily basis, every other day? What's that looking like?
Well, I really, I obviously try to keep myself disciplined as far as practicing consistently, but I really don't try to give myself like a set schedule so much. More as, I try to practice every day that I possibly can. Like I work full time and I have other things going on too. So, some days I'm not able to get to it, unfortunately.
You got to live life. You got to do life
exactly.
stuff.
I feel like that's an important part though, is, you gotta find that balance, but putting in the hours every day is important. So, I come home from work, I, work on a riff, or, I practice my technique or what have you, so definitely being consistent, just whenever you possibly can, or whenever I possibly can.
Do you prefer to be with friends?
What's that?
Do you prefer to perform with friends, or are you able to just kind of practice on your own a lot?
I prefer to practice with friends, just or at least my band. Having band practice is always super fun, getting a jam with the guys and stuff. But the at-home practice has been really beneficial to me too. Just coming home, especially because of the pandemic. Can't go out too much, so just come home and rip some riffs. It's really been helping me pick up my skills over the past year or so. So
nice, man. Nice. And so over the past year, you've probably played more guitar than you ever have before with the whole quarantine and stuff.
Probably, or at least in a while. When I was getting into guitar, that was all I wanted to do. It would be sunny outside, a nice 75-degree day in the middle of summer, and I'd be inside just playing the guitar.
Oh, nice, man. So you were already dedicated from an early age.
Yeah, it's funny because one of the things that really influenced me to pick up the guitar was playing Guitar Hero, just because I thought it was pretty cool, just playing along to the
Absolutely.
Like that. So, and it was just something that, I just naturally just always wanted to do it. I'm the type of person where if I find something that I really like, I can really get into it. And this happened to just be a thing that carried on forever. And, I still love it to this day. Unfortunately, I don't play as much as I used to when I was a kid. When I was 13 years old, I didn't have too many responsibilities, but, we make it work. And we do what we love.
Nice, man. Nice, Dave. Well, you stay busy. You have a full-time life. It's understandable. You got stuff you got to do. Any other hobbies you got besides having the band, having your full-time job? Anything else?
One thing I'm pretty big on is actually longboarding. I love skateboarding. That's something myself and the band do together too, actually. And I've also been recently getting into snowboarding this winter, a little bit, just dabbling. But I like, skating, biking, stuff like that. I'm really into cars too. That's another hobby of mine, which my full-time job, I actually work at a dealership, which is cool. But, I like going to car meets. Those are two of my biggest interests and hobbies. So pretty fun stuff.
What kind of cars are you selling?
I'm actually not selling. I'm driving, but I work with Audis and Porsches. Pretty exquisite. Porsches are some of the most beautiful cars that have ever existed. I can tell you that for a fact. the quarantine, in a way, it was definitely the best thing for our album because we just got so much done. You know, there's a couple songs on the album that were completely written in quarantine between Bobby and I. You know, which by the way, Bobby and I are the main songwriters as well. Um, but yeah,
Nice.
you know, we would just basically play riff tag over the past year, you know, and finish the album up very quick. So
How can we find you guys on social media? How can we find you?
so Instagram, everything is at DreamWake CT. Instagram has a little period between the DreamWake and the CT because we couldn't get the DreamWake CT. Long story behind that, but everything is DreamWake CT. Facebook, Twitter, you know, Instagram. I don't know if there's any other. TikTok.
TikTok. You're on TikTok.
Yeah, a little bit. I've been personally doing TikTok more, just because you know, I'll just film a quick guitar video here and there, and I'll just post it up. But yeah, we do have a band TikTok as well that we try to post to as often as we can. So,
How's the engagement? How's the response on TikTok?
it's pretty good. Personally, I've been doing really well, actually. You know, I've only had it for a few months. I'm coming up on 700 followers. Had a couple
Nice.
videos that got like, you know, a few thousand views, whatever. So, you know, you know, anyone listening, I recommend if you're not on TikTok, get on there because the organic reach is insane compared to other places that you're going to post your stuff. You know, I mean, you're basically relying on shares and retweets or whatever if you post on all the main ones. But TikTok, it's like it just, you know, if you tag For You page, it just kind of comes up and certain people will take a liking to it, and you make some connections on there too. Just, you know, having genuine conversations about music or whatever you're posting on there. So it's definitely
Well
good.
said. Well said.
Thank you.
All
Good
right.
talk.
Well, hey, you guys go on TikTok. You heard it from Dave.
Do it up. It's worth it. It's, you know, I was also one of those people at first too. I was like, oh, I'll never get on TikTok. It's just a bunch of, because, you know, you see like the cringy like high school kids doing their, you know, their dancing and everything like that. It's, you know, and you're like, oh, I'm not going to get on there. But, you know, there's definitely that side of TikTok that's funny, and there's also a lot of good musicians on TikTok. So, you know, you find a lot of cool stuff on there for sure.
Now, are you making your content different on TikTok than you would be on other platforms? Are you making it so that it's sort of tailored towards the audiences of TikTok? How are you going about that?
A little bit, you know, I feel like on TikTok, well, as far as video formatting goes, I make 2 separate videos actually, just because TikTok is formatted in the upright screen. So, you know, I'll make an upright video specifically for TikTok, whereas if I'm going to post the same riff on like Instagram or whatever, I'll, you know, make it sideways.
Right.
You know, so formatting is one thing, but, you know, as far as TikTok goes, I feel like it's a little different than posting on Instagram. And, you know, I feel like pretty much anything goes on TikTok. Like, I guess anything goes wherever you want it because it's your own page and you can do whatever you want. But people are, I find it's a different niche on TikTok than versus like my Instagram, you know, and it's more randomized on TikTok, but not in a bad way, you know. And
Absolutely.
you just kind of, as you post more, you kind of find what people like, which is usually something that you honestly wouldn't even think that would be like your main niche on TikTok, but it's just, you know, you kind of keep posting and you see what people like and go from there. It's definitely pretty easy to capitalize once you figure that out.
Nice, man. Well, like I said, you heard it from Dave, and, you know, get on TikTok. The organic reach is there, and people will find it.
Hell yeah.
All right, Dave, it's been an absolute pleasure. Let's get you back on in the future, and we'll follow up with what you have.
Awesome. Sounds good. Thank you so much for having me on. It's been a pleasure. Thanks a lot.
All right. Thanks, Dave. Take care.
Of course. Have a good one.
You too, Dave. Thank you very much, man. Really appreciate it.
Bye.